Welcome to the Chelsea Fans Channel. We have a massive fixture against Bournemouth on Saturday, and we have to win it. It's essential that we win it, so we have to pick the correct team. We've put our minds together. We've had a few arguments off camera, but we've come up with a team that we think will win the game. It's not the team that we think Mourinho will pick. This is the team that we think should be picked. So make sure that you comment below. Let us know if you think we've got it right. Equally, if we haven't, call us idiots. Tell us where we got it wrong.
Yeah, don't hold back. I'm sure you won't.
They never do. Right. Let's make a start. I think the obvious place to start is goalkeeper. And for the first time in a long time, we actually have a decision to make here.
Yeah,
it's been Begovic. It's been Begovic ever since I can remember, really. But Courtois back in contention. What does that mean for you?
I'm a huge fan of Courtois. What Chelsea fan isn't? But I do believe, and I know we're not picking who we think Mourinho will pick, but I do know that Mourinho is very much a manager who picks players on form and kind of rewards them for their form. Begovic has had 3 clean sheets now. You know, he is in a role. He is very much in form, so to speak. He made some great saves.
He played very well against Tottenham.
But then it's Courtois. That's the problem.
I think that Begovic has been one of the few players to mildly cover themselves in glory this season. I think that he's played very well. He's come in. He's never let us down. He's not one occasion has he let us down.
No, but
this is Thibaut Courtois.
Talking about a game that if you want to reintroduce a player gradually and he's not coming in against an Arsenal or a Man City where there's a lot of pressure, possibly this is the game to reintroduce.
Absolutely. But there is that opportunity then further in the week. Porto at home would be seen as being, there's a lot at stake, but that would be an opportunity to integrate. Equally, you could bring them on as a sub. Look, I think that
Let's
football...
go Courtois. I think we should go Courtois.
I agree with you. I think it should be Courtois. But
I just want him
I look
to
like
get
a
back
hypocrite
to form.
here,
I know.
and I'm going to be called a hypocrite because I'm always banging on about football being a meritocracy. If you are playing well, you deserve your place. That's what I've said.
And that, like I said, as I said earlier, that's massively what Mourinho does. He makes a stance of saying form.
It has to go out the window when you have a player of world class.
Calibre.
He's a world class player. We don't have that many world class players at the moment, particularly not in world class form. He is one who is. So. We're putting him in. Let us know what you think. Do you think that we have made the right decision? As you'll see from the graphic, Courtois is our number 1 for this game. Do you agree? We happy?
I'm happy.
Okay.
Listen, I'm happy with either, to be honest. But I think I want Courtois coming back to form, and I want him to be the best he can possibly be, like he was at the beginning, like he was, last season. And so you've got to start getting him, it's match fit as opposed to anything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. So let's go now to right back. I'm going to start because I often get grief for this one as well. Actually, I'm going for Branislav Ivanovic. Unsurprisingly, I have my reasons. I think he's a fantastic player. I think he played very well against Tottenham. And if your name is on that T-shirt, you're in my starting 11. You're less convinced?
I am slightly less convinced because I don't believe, again, obviously he was poor before he got injured. He then had the 7 matches out. I was thinking, come on, right, Ivanovic is back, played well for Serbia, whatever. I don't think he's been that good since he's come back. I also think...
Better than he was before?
Yeah, but I think we're Bournemouth at home, and I think we want to be getting the team scoring goals, creating chances. Rahman, when he played, I thought made some really good runs going forward. And I thought Ivanovic just seemed against Spurs, very disciplined, and he almost like...
You can't use that as a negative, though. You can't use the word disciplined as a negative.
No, I'm not saying it. And whether that was Mourinho going, you cannot bomb forward like you used to, and, I want you to stay back past sort of the halfway line. But I just think, like I said, it's Bournemouth at home. I want us to be scoring goals. I want it to be a 3-4-0.
Can I ask you then, would you not... I'm obviously making a case for Ivanovic because I rate him very highly.
I know, and he's got that name on the shirt.
But would you not suggest that if you're looking for goals, you're looking for your back line to contribute goals, contribute assists?
If it's the Ivanovic of old, making runs forward, making those great assists, then yes. Have we got that Ivanovic of old now?
Yes, is my vote.
Okay. I'll let you have it this week.
Thank you. The last one. If it doesn't go well this week, I promise I'll give it.
This is testing
Fine,
game.
deal.
Okay, fine.
Brings us over to
Are we
the left
shaking
back.
on that?
Deal.
Right, fine,
Deal.
fine.
Let's go over to the left back slot. It just has to be Azpilicueta, doesn't it?
Yeah. He picks himself, I think.
I completely agree. Our 2 centre halves. This is interesting now.
Well, unfortunately, I think John Terry is still out, injured.
I think so as well. And also, Cahill.
Well, 4-year contract.
Yep.
So
just before his 30th birthday.
I know,
Did you see
very
that?
clever. 19th of December, he turns 30.
Yeah, he
so
did very
I think
well. He got a 4-year deal.
Fair play to him.
And Kurt Zouma, I thought, was man of the match against Tottenham.
Yeah,
so,
brilliant. Gets his place back in.
So those two, fully confident.
Again, clean sheet they kept together, so...
Fantastic. Right, let's move slightly further up the pitch. The pivot. Now, this is where it gets tricky. I think Matic is obviously going to play, a given.
Yeah.
Matic, playing alongside him is not Cesc Fabregas for us. I thought Fabregas was abysmal against Tottenham, and I've been very patient with him. People around where I sit really have lost their patience. At Stamford Bridge, they really have.
It's not just where you sit,
No,
I think.
I mean, but the few behind me, they're constantly giving him, "You little gooner," they're constantly on his case, and I don't really like to hear that, but equally, the Tottenham performance was the straw that broke my back. I've dropped him. I just can't countenance him in this style.
I can't disagree with you on that. I have no case for it.
And I've therefore gone for the man that I love like a brother. And that's
Ramirez?
Dear Ramirez.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, no, happy with that. I love that Ramirez as a player. I think he gives you a lot of versatility as well. So I'm happy with those two.
Great. As you know, we were chatting before. Costa, Ramirez, they were all out in a club last night. Do you feel that that's fine? What's your opinion on the fact that they were out partying?
It's really weird you say that, because a friend of mine, obviously with the whole boxing link I have, they were out with James De Gale. And he's a big Arsenal fan. He said, how do you feel that half the Chelsea lot were out with James De Gale? I was thinking, I'm not massively pleased with that, considering their form isn't great and they should be very much
knuckling down
and ready for Saturday's game. But I don't know, if it's a bit of team spirit and they weren't out till 4 or 5 in the morning, living at large with the world champion, but whatever, they've got to live, I guess, haven't they?
So we're not too worried.
It was an Arsenal fan. I think he just wanted to have a little dig.
Yeah, exactly. Plenty of recovery time before kick-off.
Yeah.
So now this is pretty much where the game will be won. The 3 across the middle. We have to get this right. We saw a different shape used last week, but
because we had no.
We didn't
outright
play an outright striker, but this week perhaps we will. So we'll start with the obvious one. Our right winger is going to be Willian.
Yeah.
Agreed?
Yeah, we all say that. We say that every week. You can't. Willian is the first on the team sheet
completely unplayable
every time.
at the moment. So Willian, and we'll agree that Hazard will be our left winger.
Yep.
Which leaves.
Well, it's between. Assuming, obviously, we've talked about this, and we will talk about this in a minute. Is if we are playing a striker up front on his own, which is Costa, then it's between Oscar and Pedro. Well,
I think we've discussed this at length, and we aren't fully convinced. You know, we've come up with a decision, but we understand the headaches that Mourinho faces. So make sure you comment below. Let us know. Do you think we've got this right? We've gone for Oscar. We think that he played very well against Tottenham. The two nutmegs were fantastic, and I think that he just has a little bit more to offer and a little bit more of a varied player.
Yeah, and I also have another slight concern, is that I'm hearing that a lot of clubs are potentially coming in for Oscar, and he was going through a period of time where he wasn't massively happy at the club, which, if it's true, then that is a big concern for me. So I'm hoping if we continue to start him in you know, a lot of regular,
life in London,
of course, and then
not be
his
swayed
head
by
won't
Juve.
be turned by anyone. So let's get him back playing well.
Couldn't agree more.
And I think Oscar plays well, the team win 9 times out of 10.
I certainly agree with that. He has it in him to carry a team to victory. If he plays well, Chelsea will play well.
Yeah.
And if we play well, we invariably win. Which leaves us now our centre forward.
Oh, goodness.
You have very strong opinions here, so I'm going to leave this one to you.
I do. Costa, I believe, of course, we are needing goals. He is our leading goal scorer with all these goals that he's got. No, I mean, I'm joking about, but he did score against Norwich,
yes,
which was the first time in a long time. But he was
then dropped against Tottenham. How do you feel about that?
He was dropped against Tottenham, and obviously you could tell from his attitude that he was extremely unimpressed with that decision. Of course, as fans, we don't want to see a player happy and complacent sitting on the bench, but I certainly think his attitude of not really wanting to warm up and coming out in trainers, and then when he did warm up to throw his bib at Mourinho, I mean, That's like me coming into work and throwing my microphone at my boss. I mean, awkward. No, but you can't do that. And I just think his attitude is totally wrong. But having said that, would I have dropped him? I don't necessarily know that was the right decision, but obviously it's happened now. So possibly that will give him the fire in his belly to go, yeah, you know what? You're not dropping me again.
Well, that's how he has to take it. He has to take it as an impetus to do well in this game. Do you feel like he's that bloke, or do you think he's going to sulk?
Well, he certainly looked like he was sulking against Spurs, but I really hope, Mourinho came out and said...
If he wanted to get me,
if he wanted to hurt me, it wouldn't be with a bib. Yeah. Obviously, typical Mourinho, brilliant comment. He's said there's no problem with us, He's a very passionate guy. Great, fine. So utilise that passion in an appropriate, good way. Yeah.
Brilliant. Right, so there is our team. That concludes our team. It's up now. Let us know what you think. And as always, comment below. Tell us where we got it wrong. We are convinced this team will win the game. And it's a must-win game, because if we win this, don't concede, we'll be 4 on the right. It's happening. The tide is turning.
And also, just very quickly, I will be outside the game, after the game, fans cam.
Wonderful.
Interviews.
Wonderful. Go on, you Blues. Welcome to the Chelsea Fans Channel. Thanks to our dear friends at Copper 90, we've been joined by Asmir Begovic. Thank you so much for talking to us. It really is a pleasure.